really important for how many games and everything we have on here. I mean, the ART files are 90 gigs just by themselves, no games included. So let's talk about what's going to happen with the fan system. This cooler, unfortunately, won't fit there. The little motherboard mount I have actually is just a plexiglass, sort of like an acrylic piece of plastic the motherboard mounts to, and it's really convenient, and I'll show you that in another video. But it does not have mounting holes for a fan, 120 millimeter fan right there, which is what the reservoir for my liquid cooler uses. So what I'm going to have to do is flip this reservoir over. I'm going to have to take it over to the side here, and I'm going to have to plop it down. And actually, this is inaccurate. Let me rotate. Alright, so I'm doing this in real time, just kind of, talk through it. So these actually will curve inward. And let me go ahead and do this on the fly. Now, this doesn't have to be perfectly, this isn't important. Sure, it looks cool to have like your scale model, blah. I just wanted to make sure everything would fit. That's why I did this. I wanted to make sure all my components would fit into the case, because, I hate playing guessing games with stuff like that. Why guess if I have the ability to do this? And thankfully, the guy that designed these cabinets, because I didn't design these, okay. Unfortunately, I wanted to design my own, but this guy did a great job already. So why even go about designing my own when this was like exactly what I wanted? So that's what it'll be like. The reservoir will be here. I'll have a fan mounted here, and that'll be blowing out. I might even put the reservoir on the bottom and put the fan on top of it to blow air through. Which may be what I go with. But one thing's for sure, it will be blowing air in through this intake, out through, maybe these two or one fan, depending on what I feel like doing. Probably just go with two, why not? Or I'd rather have two intake fans, honestly, so maybe I'll do with two intakes on the bottom, but I don't want to go too loud. I have silent fans for that. So I think this is a good video explaining everything I got going on. This is the last thing I didn't explain. Front side USB panel. So I showed you guys in another one of my videos in the series, my little USB panel I stripped off of the front of my case, plugged it into my motherboard, and had a few USB ports and some other ports. And I had a Wi-Fi dongle that was a USB Wi-Fi dongle that plugged right into that guy. So I wanted to have this thing be wireless, because I can't run a network connection to it. So I had a wireless card laying around, a really good wireless in one, and I had no use for it. And I figured, why not give it a use, make my main cabinet wireless. So the reason I wanted to be able to connect to the network is because that drive, that 3.5-inch drive, I want to be able to access this and FTP games to it or modify the files. Also, I want to be able to RDP into Windows to be able to do maintenance or upgrades or whatever I want to do. So that's why the cabinet is the way it is. And in my little lock system I'm going to have, if I view it from the very side, it's just going to lock. This is unlocked position, this is the locked position. And I'm going to just basically cut a slit into this side panel here, that extruded piece right there will slide right in to lock it. So that's my theorized system, and there's one more thing that I have to finalize, and I'm probably going to go to Home Depot to kind of like bounce plans, but bounce solutions for this. But right now the cabinet has nothing locking it in place or holding it in place. So a lot of cabinets have a push magnet system or some sort of magnet. So what I'm probably going to do is I'm already going to mount a piece of wood here for the door to rest on and to shut, so it doesn't go. So what I figured I would do is add a magnet to each piece here, this piece and this piece, so it stays in that position magnetically. But we have a lot of weight here on this motherboard, but as it's in the upright position, you can see all this weight is actually pushing the door inward toward the cab, so I'm not worried about it falling. I'm not really worried about it falling backwards unless it was like this. If I have it perfectly level like this, vertically, then I won't have to worry about a tippage. If I have it like this, then it might tip the scale and fall backwards. We don't want that to happen because I do not have solid state drives in this for my data, and a jar to the drive would ruin it. So I'm going to do a magnet system here, and then my latch system here I'm going to make essential. Basically, if I found a key that will, in a situation where you have to unlock this, you'll put the key in and you'll unlock it, but it won't release the key until you lock it back. So that's what I want to implement. That way you're kind of like, oh, I want to get my key back. Oh, I can't. Why not? Oh, I need to lock it. So pretty much it'll prevent you from leaving it open and unlocked. And that system right there will actually keep it in place. I could do another system similar to that, like a door handle. That way, it automatically locks when you shut it. I might end up doing that, but I gotta do research on figuring that out. Alright, I don't know how long this video is, but it's pretty long. I just wanted you guys to know how intense I was about this. I didn't mention the feet. They're just rubber feet. They're for a guitar amp, and I found them online for a PV amp. Yeah, man, that's it. This is my brainstorm for my cab. This is the final cab. Let's talk about my monitor. I could talk about that. My plexiglass. This is a plexiglass sheet. If I move that out of the way for now, you got my monitor in there. This is a 20-inch monitor. It's actually scaled correctly. It doesn't look like it, but it is. I'm going to remeasure just in case, but that's actually a 20-inch monitor. I do want to measure that just in case, but it fits right in there just fine. So, alright, if you guys have any comments or whatever, just leave them in the, below, and I'll get back to you. Alright, thanks guys.